The door slammed shut with a thunderous crack that echoed through the empty hallway of our Brooklyn brownstone, shattering the fragile silence we'd built over months. "I can't do this anymore. Noelle." Holly's voice broke, raw and trembling, as she hurled her keys onto the kitchen counter. Her eyes, usually so soft and inviting like warm hazel pools, now brimmed with tears that caught the dim overhead light. I froze in the doorway, the scent of her lavender shampoo still lingering from our morning shower, mixed with the bitter tang of the coffee I'd just brewed. My heart pounded, a frantic drum in my chest. Here it was, the maw of our central conflict yawning open, my paralyzing fear of losing everything for this love, clashing against her unyielding kindness that masked her own quiet desperation. It started innocently enough, like one of those Netflix rom-coms that sneak up on you with deeper layers. I was Noelle Thompson, 32, a high school English teacher in Queens, the kind who graded papers late into the night while nursing a glass of cheap Merlot. I'd grown up in a conservative Midwestern family that moved to the East Coast when I was a teen, church on Sundays, backyard barbecues, and the unspoken rule that love looked a certain way, straight, simple, unquestioned. Coming out in college had been a whisper, not a shout, and I'd buried any real relationships under layers of just friends and casual dates with men to keep the peace. Then came Holly. Holly Rivera, 31, a graphic designer freelancing for ad agencies in Manhattan. She was the whirlwind I never saw coming, vibrant, with that effortless New York edge. Her laughter like the chime of subway doors opening to possibility. We met at a crowded art gallery opening in Chelsea, the air thick with the hum of conversations and the faint metallic scent of spilled wine. She complimented my earrings, these simple silver hoops I'd worn to feel put together. And before I knew it, we were trading stories over street hot dogs at midnight, the city's neon glow painting her face in electric blues and pinks. Her kindness was immediate, disarming. She listened, really listened, her hand brushing mine accidentally on purpose, sending sparks up my arm. Our first kiss happened 2 weeks later, under the Brooklyn Bridge during a summer rainstorm. The water pattered against the pavement like applause, and her lips tasted of salt and promise. From then on, it was a blur of stolen weekends, brunch at hole-in-the-wall diners in Williamsburg, where the sizzle of bacon and clink of forks drowned out my inner doubts, lazy afternoons in Central Park, her head on my lap as joggers pounded by, the earthy smell of grass grounding us. But beneath it all, my fear lurked like a shadow in the alleyways of my mind. What if my family found out? My job, teaching impressionable kids in a district where traditional values still whispered in the halls, could vanish. And Holly? She was out and proud, marching in pride parades with rainbow flags fluttering like freedom. But I saw the cracks in her armor, the way she'd sigh deeply after calls with her estranged sister in California, the subtle flinch when strangers stared too long. The mall widened one crisp fall evening. We'd just returned from a weekend getaway to the Catskills, where the leaves blazed in reds and golds like a fiery confession. The cabin smelled of pine and wood smoke, and we'd made love by the fireplace, her whispers of "I love you" echoing in the crackle of logs. But back in the city, reality crashed in. My phone buzzed with a text from my mom. "When are you bringing home a nice guy? Sweetie? We're not getting younger." I deleted it. But Holly saw the delete, her brow furrowing. "Why do you hide us? Noelle? Am I just your secret?" Her words hung in the air like fog over the Hudson. I paced the living room, the creak of the old hardwood floors amplifying my anxiety. "It's not that simple," I muttered, my voice cracking. The truth was, her kindness terrified me. It was a mirror to my cowardice. She'd rearrange her schedule for my late-night grading sessions, leaving sticky notes with hearts on my laptop. "You're amazing, don't forget." She'd cook my favorite mac and cheese after tough days, the cheesy aroma filling our space like comfort. But behind it, I sensed her fear too, abandonment. Like her ex who left because it got too real. We were both dancing around the abyss. The fight escalated that night in the kitchen. Holly's breath came in shaky gasps, the fridge humming softly in the background like an indifferent witness. "I'm tired of being your shadow, Noelle. I deserve more than whispers and closed doors." Tears streamed down her cheeks, and she turned away, her shoulders heaving. I reached for her, my fingers trembling, the cool metal of her necklace brushing my skin, a locket with our photo inside, hidden from the world. "Holly, please. I love you. But I'm scared. Scared of losing my family. My life." She whipped around, her eyes fierce yet soft. And I'm scared too, of loving someone who won't fight for us. But kindness isn't weakness, it's my way of holding on. What are you holding on to? That question pierced me like a shard of glass. We stood there. The city sounds filtering in, distant sirens wailing. A neighbor's dog barking faintly, reminding me life pulsed on outside our bubble. I sank onto a stool, the wood cold against my thighs, and let the tears come. For the first time, I voiced the fear aloud. I grew up thinking love like ours was wrong. But with you, it feels right, more right than anything. Holly knelt before me, her hands cupping my face, her touch warm and steady. Then face it with me. We're in this together. The air shifted, heavy with the scent of our shared vulnerability. We talked through the night, unraveling threads of past hurts, her sister's rejection after coming out, my father's silent disapproval of those lifestyles. Dawn broke, golden light spilling through the windows, casting long shadows that seemed less menacing now. In the weeks that followed, the drama unfolded like a Netflix binge, tense family dinners where I finally said, "Mom, Dad, I'm with Holly. She's my future." The silence was deafening, a pause pregnant with unspoken judgments. But then my mom's sigh, long and weary, broke it. "We love you, Noelle. It'll take time." At work, I confided in a colleague, the rustle of papers in the staff room underscoring my nerves. But support came in quiet nods and shared coffees. Holly's kindness became our anchor, not a mask. We attended therapy sessions in a cozy office overlooking the East River, the therapist's voice soothing like waves lapping the shore. We built rituals, Sunday walks in Prospect Park, hand in hand, the crunch of leaves underfoot symbolizing progress, movie nights with popcorn kernels scattering like confetti, her laughter filling the gaps in my heart. The climax hit during Pride Month. We marched together. The roar of the crowd, cheers, music thumping, the vibrant pulse of acceptance, washing over us. Holly squeezed my hand, her palm sweaty but sure. "This is us," she whispered, her breath warm against my ear amid the chaos. In the end, it wasn't a grand gesture but a quiet choice. One evening, as rain tapped against our window like gentle applause, I proposed on our fire escape, the city skyline twinkling below. "Holly, I face the fear behind your kindness, my own, and I choose a future with you." She said yes, her kiss tasting of tears and tomorrow. We built that future, a home filled with art and books, holidays with tentative family reconciliations, careers thriving in the open. Love, we learned, isn't fearless, it's facing fear together. And in that, we found our meaning.